Good morning. Good morning. Gee, it's great to start your day with coffee with Karma today. Good morning and happy Monday. Today's question that I will be answering is, what if you could start writing your book today? What if you had all you need to start writing your client attracting book right now? Well, I'm going to be giving you 5 strategies so that you can begin writing your book today. You've got what it takes. You've got what it takes, and I believe in you. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help executive coaches, business leaders, and consultants write, publish, and market their client attracting books so that they can grow their businesses. Yay! So, the first strategy that you could use to write a book right now is to tap into trending topics. You can write about current trends in your industry, but especially those that you believe have potential. What does this do for you? You're riding a wave that's hot. When you can ride on a trending topic, that's great. You can position yourself as an expert who knows what's happening in your industry right now and how to leverage it to solve the problems that you solve. And you can attract media attention for your book. Now, I don't know if you heard my little caveat in there, but you want to choose a trending topic that is relevant to your industry and that you believe has legs. So, you don't want the flavor of the day. You don't want the flavor of the month. You want to tap into the trend that's gonna change the game, even if it's a tiny change in the game. And how do you find these trending topics? Well, you can go on X. There's a trending topic area. You can use Google. Google has a trends section. Um, or you can just read your industry magazines, newspapers, journals. They're usually on top of things. And if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, is read the science journal in your field, because there's actually professional sciencey journals for business research if you're in the business world. And I recommend reading outside of your industry and tapping into trends that are happening in other industries that are going to affect your industry. So, like, if you had tapped into the whole idea of AI last year or the year before and said, "Hey, raise your hand. This is gonna be a game changer. This is gonna be changing the world of business, of coaching, of online marketing, of pretty much everything." You would have been writing a trend that had legs. What are the trends happening right now? What are the things that are on the cusp of changing your industry? Write about that. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is share your journey. You might be surprised at how powerful a memoir or autobiographical book can be in growing your business. When you incorporate personal stories and experiences into your client attracting book, you make it relatable and engaging. And it attracts your right fit clients because as they read about who you are, number one, they'll have your voice in their head. And if they like that voice, they're going to go, I want to work with this person because this person gets me and I get them. So what does sharing your journey do? It connects with your readers on a deeper level. It showcases your unique perspective and authenticity, and it can create a compelling narrative that keeps readers hooked. I can't think of any in the moment. I mean, I know that Sir Richard Branson has written books like that. Um, Donald Trump clearly has. Um, There are other memoirs, they're just not coming to mind. I probably should have put them down in my notes like I did everything else, but hindsight's 2020, right? So, that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is solve real problems that your potential clients have? What are the common challenges that your target audience faces? Offer practical solutions. Now, in your business, you probably already do that. So what you want to do for your client attracting book is choose those problems that happen at the beginning of your customer transformation journey. Your customer transformation journey is the people enter your world in this before state and they exit your world or go into a maintenance mode at this after state. And then there's milestones along that journey. Everybody who helps people in a coaching situation has a customer transformation journey. In fact, actually, probably even retail markets do. I just haven't really delved into that one. Just- I make so much fun of that word. Anyway, excuse me. So, what does solving real world problems do for you in your book? It provides valuable insights that readers can apply immediately. And when you can help them immediately, they're more likely to think this person could help me in the long run, and they'll be more likely to hire you. It establishes your book as a go-to resource, and it builds trust and credibility in your audience because you solved a problem they had in the moment. That's why I always say select one that's near the beginning of the journey because more than likely your book will solve a problem that creates a new problem that you can also solve. Tip number 4, use research and data. Build and support arguments with credible research and data, and this helps you enhance your authority and relatability in your book. It helps provide readers with concrete evidence to support your points, and it differentiates your book from others by adding depth and substance. For example, my next book, The Author Switch, is heavily researched. I had a theory that I believed happened in the real world, and I did some initial superficial research to to find out if my hypothesis was supported or not. I found that in general it was. So then I started doing a deep dive and I started going to scientific journals to see what they were finding. And I'm finding that yes, my hypothesis is so far has stands. It stands, and I am now writing about it in a book that's heavily researched. I'll be quoting all sorts of people who have done scientific research in the areas that I'm gonna be talking about, which is now this is all around the idea that everyone has an author switch, and it's either on the on position or the off position. And when it's on the on position, you are able to write books and get them out into the world. And that now I focus on client attracting books, but this is for everybody. It could be novels, it could be essays, it could whatever books that person writes. The problem with the author switch is it's a trigger switch, meaning that it's very easy to have it turn off. So you need to continuously maintain your author switch because it glitches. And a glitch in your author switch manifests as writer's block. It manifests as procrastination. It manifests as perfection. It manifests as not working on your book, basically. And so, what I hope to do with this book is show that there are 6 predominant root causes that cause your author switch to glitch, and then provide solutions, or at least a path that you can follow to solve that particular root problem. What I've also found as I've been going into the research is that you rarely only have one. You have your major root problem, but you probably have a couple of peripheral ones that are just enhancing that one. And what I've found is if you can get rid of the secondary and tertiary glitches, the primary glitch often stops stopping you. It doesn't go away. You still need to deal with it, but at least you can start writing your book now. That's what I found. So anyway, that's what my next book is about. It's heavily supported by research, and that is something you can do. And another way to find research, and I just discovered this over the last few days. There's a website called perplexity.com. And what I like about it, it's a kind of a fusion of like Google and AI. Like if Google and AI got together and had a kid, they would have Perplexity because it's basically a search engine that when it gives you results, it cites its resources. So you just like you can with ChatGPT, you can ask it a question like, "Is there any research that supports this idea?" And it will say, "Yes." And it'll summarize the research and give you the links to the sources it used to come up with that answer. And they aren't hallucinated sources. At least so far, I haven't found any. I can literally click on them, I go to them, and they are actual resources that talk to the actual point it's making. Unlike ChatGPT, which when it cites sources, sometimes cites a source that has nothing to do with what it's saying, which is really annoying. But Perplexity doesn't seem to have that problem. They seem to have fixed that particular glitch in the system, and so I've used that for research over the last couple of days, and I've been very happy with the results. Check it out. Tip number 5, embrace technology and writing tools. We're none of us are perfect, and sometimes we just need a little help. So, you can use these tools and software to help get you over the humps. It can help you outline, it can help you do all sorts of things. So, for example, one tool that I use often is called QuickWrite, and it is an AI tool that's specifically for writers. It can help you with your marketing. It can help you with your ideation, brainstorming. It can help you actually write the content. Very helpful tool. Another tool I use heavily is Grammarly. Although it's now starting to get a little annoying because it has this little floating thing, and it almost always is floating over words I'm trying to read, which is really, really annoying. I hope they fix that. Another tool I have not used, but I have friends who use it, who swear by it, is Scrivener. I've experimented with Hemingway. That one, the Hemingway editor, the freebie, doesn't do a lot of words, but it can help you, um I hate to use the word dumb down because you're not really make your content more accessible so that you can make it written at an 8th grade level or these days a 6th grade level. That just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. When I was working in the communications world in the early part of my career, it w the world at large was the 8th grade level. So you wrote your copy at the 8th grade level, which was mind-boggling because, I mean, I've been reading at the 12th grade level since I was in elementary school. So the fact that the vast majority of people are still reading at 8th grade level just broke my heart. Well, now I've heard it's even worse. It's now 6th grade level. Have you tried to communicate a complex topic at 6th grade level? It is darn hard, and you lose a lot of the nuance. Ugh. Anyway, just saying, it depends on who your audience is. You may not have an audience who's reading at 6th grade or 8th grade level, but meet your audience where they are. Um, some other tools I found, that I haven't used is, Focus Writer, which is a distraction-free writing environment. Ulysses, which is a writing app designed for authors, offering a clean, distraction-free interface. And something called Air Story, which is a writing tool that helps you organize your research and notes. I also just discovered something called Obsidian, which is kind of like Evernote. It's a note-taking, software, which is free for personal use. But for a nominal fee, you could also use your notes to create, like, a wiki that goes out in the world, and then that's I think it's, like, $8 a month, which is still like, "What?" So it depends on what you're trying to do with it, but it I haven't fully experimented with it, but just my initial, like, toe dipping, it looked really good. And then, of course, if you're using MS Word, it's got the little AI editor tool. I use that all the time, although sometimes it gets into a loop where it says, "You need a comma here. Take the comma out. You need a comma here. Take the just choose one." So, all these tools, they have their pros and cons. Experiment with them, find the ones that work for you and use them so that you can get your book done. Now, if you need help with writing your book, I'm going to be launching a program in October. I know it's only July, but I am working really hard to make this program really good. In fact, I've already created a custom GPT to help you with the very first step, which was going to be a bonus as part of the program. If you want to write your client attracting book and you want to get it done this year, so that you can start growing your business in as of January, then let's talk. Set up an appointment and maybe we'll discover that this program that I'm working on is right for you, or maybe working one-on-one would be better. It really depends on where you're at. I don't like to say, "Buy this," because I don't know what your situation is and what would be best for you. I my stuff is bespoke. I do what works for the individual client. So, if you are wanting to write a book and get it done this year, schedule a call with me. All you have to do is go to authorneering.com/schedule, and I've got the link in the notes around this video. So, let's talk. Let's get your book done today. Let's get your book done this year. So, that's what I'm gonna say about it. This is Carma Spence saying ciao for now.